Hello, hello, my lovely little lovelies. Welcome back to Slow Damage. I'm Freya, and we are going to continue on our story. And hopefully, Toa gets some emotions and decides to avenge Rei and Arata from having their asses kicked and jumped. Because I really want him to start getting some emotions, especially for our lovely, adorable Rei. So we'll see. Hopefully he will start, you know, having some emotions for who I'm hoping for. So let's go ahead and get started. I got a bit of sleep, then woke up before noon. No work today. So do I get to wander around? Rose to my feet, got dressed, and left the building. Okay. My destination? Krishna. Mizuno seemed to suspect Nakamura, but I felt differently. Me too. If I could get another look at him, maybe I could find out for sure. Yeah, I don't think it's him. He just seemed like a petty bully that just picked on who he assumed is weak. I think Mizuno... I think it's Mizuno who's causing the issues. Arriving at Krishna, I walked in, and a waiter came to greet me.
いらっしゃいま、
Hi, Mizuno.
父さん。
You are looking pretty jacked up, man. He faltered partway through. His eyes widened in surprise. It was Mizuno wearing a face mask. He was probably trying to hide his injuries.
昨日の今日でもう出てるのか。
He looked back at me sadly and lowered his voice.
本当は休もうと思ったんですけど、休むなと言われてしまって。
Gotta love customer service jobs. His gaze shifted and I followed to find Nakamura carrying plates of food with an annoyed look on his face.
それじゃ、お席にご案内します。
Or Nakamura just hates his frickin' job. Could be that too. Mizuno started walking, so I followed him. He led me to a table and I sat down.
今、お水とおしぼりをお持ちしますね。
Okay. But that Mizuno was about to head back to the kitchen when suddenly...
なんだその態度は!
A loud voice echoed across the dining room, and everyone went quiet. I looked over and saw that the customer at Nakamura's table was beet red with rage.
もっと心を込めて謝れないのか!
Oh, God, I wish I didn't have to apologize to customers when I was in customer service. It was a nightmare.
だからすみませんでしたって言ってんじゃねえか。
Sorry, but I'm actually kind of liking douchebag. Nakamura muttered under his breath, which only enraged the customer even more.
おい、今なんて言った?いや、別に何も。お前!
Jeez. Oh my gosh. Just then there was a loud crash elsewhere in the room. Instantly everyone froze to look at me. Because I had just kicked my table over.
うるせえよ。
Jeez, Toa, calm the frick down. I'm like, seriously, Toa? Like, the angry customer looked at me and fell silent. For a moment, Nakamura stood there, stunned. Then when we made eye contact, he recoiled and fled to the kitchen. As I watched his scrawny twerp retreat, I became convinced that he wasn't involved with the violent mob. Yeah, no, there's no way. He was the type to change his attitude depending on who he was talking to. He only ever acted tough if he was confident he wouldn't be challenged. He wasn't a brawler. He was just a small fry who verbally vented his frustration on the weak. Yeah, I didn't think so either. Besides that argument with the customer, didn't change his smoke at all. It was still as unremarkable as ever. So he wasn't... Yeah, it's gotta be Mizuno.
ごめんなさい。
Where'd you disappear to? As the other customers continued to stare at me, Mizuno rushed back and bowed to me deeply.
不快な気分にさせてしまって、本当に申し訳ありませんでした。いや、別に。
I wasn't actually upset at all. I only did it to gauge Nakamura's reaction.
でも...
Timidly, Mizuno looked at me with palpable fear and
ちょっ
hesitation.
とした実験。実験?気にするな。
As he stared at me in confusion, I shook my head slightly.
ただ、あいつは小物だな。
I pulled my lighter and cigarettes out of my coat pocket and jerked my chin in the direction of the kitchen.
え?
He looked over his shoulder at the kitchen, then looked back at me puzzled.
インドビールとチキン。
Ignoring his gaze, recite the same order from last time.
はい。少々お待ちください。
He snapped back to his senses, straightened his posture, and briskly walked back to the kitchen. What about my table I kicked over? Do I have to pick it up? I guess so. I lit a cigarette and took a long drag. Yeah, I kind of figured he was going to be one of those types. On my way back home from Krishna, I felt my phone buzz in my pocket. AG. As I walked, I pulled it out to check. AG was calling me. What up, dude?
ああ、父さん。
何？
ですね、至急お知らせしたいことがありまして。実は組の方で例の集団暴行グループのメンバーの末端を捕まえたらしいんですけど、今夜暴行パーティーがあるって吐いたみたいで、本当かどうかは分かりませんけど、一緒に行ってみませんか？
ああ。桐原の方はどうなってる？
情報を探ってはいるんですけど、全然です。相当用心深いのか、自分の痕跡を残さないって感じですね。今夜本当にパーティーがあるなら桐原も来てくれないかなーなんて都合のいいことを思ったりして、そううまくはいかないでしょうけどね。それじゃあまた連絡します。
The call ended and I stuffed my phone back into my pocket. Now that I confirmed that Nakamura wasn't a mastermind, it made me even more curious about Kirihara. Jeez, that name just is hard. But even if AG couldn't track him down, then he was probably near impossible to find. Maybe he wore disguises or wigs to keep people from recognizing him. If only the mob would target me so I didn't have to go through all this trouble. With that thought, I kept walking. I think it's Mizuno wearing a wig. And that's why he looked like crap, because he kept telling Ray to hit him. Back at my apartment, I was having a cigarette on the sofa when someone knocked at the door.
今、いいか？
Is Ray up? Is Ray doing okay? The door opened and Taku peeked his head in. I nodded and he entered. I figured he would invite me to go... invite me to get food with him, but the look on his face was far too serious for that.
例のことなんだが。
Oh, is Ray okay? He paused, fixing me with a stern look.
少し気にかけてやってくれないか？
Okay.
どういう意味だ？
He's afraid he's gonna do something stupid? Why would Ray need a babysitter when he was already bedridden?
つまり、
Oh no, did he try something? Hesitating, Taku rubbed the back of his hand.
クリニックを閉めてから残ってると、レイが処置室で泣いたり暴れたりすることがあってな。
My poor babe.
昨日
Our poor
は
babe.
鎮静剤を打ったんだ。
Aw.
どうも寝ている時に発作的に起こるようなんだ。
And we
元
don't
気そうに
sleep,
振る舞
so
ってはいるが、
we don't sleep, so we can go watch him.
思った以上に精神的なダメージを受けているのかもしれん。
Aw, not our babe.
俺ももちろん気をつけるが、できればお前も気にかけてやってくれないか？
Yeah, aw, I feel so bad for Ray. With that, he left the room. Then I remember the time Ray's smoke had gone on a rampage trying to attack me. I was startled at the time, but now I suspected that maybe Ray was a lot less emotionally stable than he let on. Can't judge a book by its cover, after all. Surely Ray had a dark side just like anyone else. I feel so bad for him. But what could he be hiding? I was certainly curious. Whatever his secret, I wanted to get a glimpse. Not exactly the motivation I would be going for, but so as long as you help. My mind wandered as I smoked my cigarette, and before I knew it, the sun had set. By this point, even I was tired of the nicotine taste. I decided to head out. Crushed my cigarette in the ashtray, roasted my feet, and pulled on my coat. Free exploration time. All right. Where do we want to go? Let's see. Move. Let's just kind of go down the... Let's go down the list, shall we? Woo. This music's great. There's no one here. Okay. Post Street? I'm gonna call it Coast Street, even though I know that's not the name. It's something else, but I can't pronounce it, so. Am I gonna get jumped? Ah, mito. Okay. This is Koo Street, the place that seems the most traffic in District D. Yeah, we already read this. I don't know why it repeats every freaking time I come here.
No.
And my question Taku looked up.
Oh, to.
Wait, who's watching Ray right now? What's up?
実は
Hailed up his phone screen.
うん
Some kind of pancakes? I think Ray would love. It's actually not that sweet. I guess the latest craze something. Obviously, he told me it's delicious, so I figured I'm gonna go try it, you know? Are they like crepes or pancakes? What do you think? Sure, why not? Go eat your pancakes, man.
いいんじゃないか
It couldn't hurt to try. Oh, it's gonna be sugary for sure. Yeah, Ray liked it. Never been the biggest fan of sweets, but work on that. Take what I can get. And maybe I'll pass. Okay. Alright, bye. To the alleyway, I guess. Walked down the narrow alley. I caught sight of a familiar face. It was Kotaro chatting with a male escort I didn't know. The escort pulled a wad of bills from his wallet and handed it to Kotaro. Once Kotaro counted it all, the other man bowed and left.
Yo!
Oh, hi. Hello, beautiful. I wouldn't mind going on his route, but I already made my decision to go on Ray's. It's pretty peaceful considering your usual shake-up style. But I'm gonna get rough with the guy who's willing to pay up. Yeah, exactly. Why rough up the guy who's already willing to pay?
What?
Deathmatch area?
Positive.
Why not? You got a hot date or something? Yeah, it's called Ray. He's hospitalized.
別に
Okay.
へえ まあな
Yeah. Alright, bye, Kotaro. You have fun. Let's go here. Let's go to the nightlife district, shall we? Oh.
Toa!
Oh, hi, Mayu. I'm just running into all three of you. I looked up at the voice and spotted Mayu standing in front of me. What up?
Genki?
Decent, I guess.
Yeah.
Do I want to know? Anime? Probably? Yeah, why not?
Positive.
Oh, it's been nice to Kotaro, so I guess. Candy, you're always sucking on the lollipop.
違うよ
It's anime, probably. Oh, Yukimi-chan. Yukimi, the one on your shoulder? Oh,
え
they're not the same at all.
そうか
Nope.
またね
Alright, bye, Mayu. Police station? I don't know. Let's go here. We'll go to the police station a little after this one. I mean, why were... Oh, hello, Oddish. Why are you everywhere?
Oh.
god. Exposition dump man.
どうだろう。
Well, was the second right-hand man. Like, he's second in command, so he should be the leader now. What? What? Where did that story come from? This king's probably just an urban legend. I want to find the naked man now. That would be great. Maybe he's trying to insurance fraud? This sound probably not. Well, that was informative, I guess. Goodbye. Goodbye, Oddish. Oh god. This is Shinkomi Police Station, also known as the only form of criminal justice that exists in this town. On paper, it's a branch of the Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, but it's basically just a puppet. Shinkomi is considered a special administrative region of Japan. We have our own independent government and our own laws. Yep. In other words, the Takasado Gumi has all the power here to decide what constitutes as a crime. That's why a fair number of murders and accidental deaths go unpunished. In Shinkomi, the police are useless. As I passed the police station, a guy I knew walked out.
Ah.
Oh, hi, AG.
Uh.
Going here about places didn't get arrested, did you?
何が
I don't have any cops near me. What are you talking about? They stand vigorously. No, not. What are you doing here?
もちろんです。
Okay.
へえ。ねえ。
That's true. See, the Shikomi police force was inextricably linked to the Takasada Gumi. Yeah. Evidently, anything the gang learned found its way to the cops. What are you doing here? Okay. Not really. Fine.
ポジティブに。
I'll be positive. I wouldn't say I have zero interest. No, I apparently blacked out for a second.
そういえば。
Yeah.
いや。
Okay. Wait, and Oddish is after you? Alright, well. I have no reason to go there. I think I'm just gonna go back. Just gonna go home. I think Ray needs someone to look after him right now. When I returned to my apartment, I flopped down on the sofa without even stopping to remove my coat. I reached down to the floor, but the bottle of booze was gone. With a frustrated growl, I pulled my pack of cigarettes from my pocket and lit one up. I was gonna say, shouldn't I be down with Ray? Around 8 p.m., Mizuno turned up at the clinic with a bouquet of flowers. A short while beforehand, Taku had sent me a message to let me know he was coming. He was still busy with work, so he wanted me to go down there and cover for him. Arriving at the first floor, I spotted Mizuno walking into the waiting room.
あ、トワさん。こんばんは。こっちだ。
I know where you want to go. He bowed politely and I escorted him upstairs to the medical ward. But as we walked, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. He's red. Mizuno's smoke was slightly different this time, tinged with red and swaying restlessly. I interpreted They interpreted this to mean he was giddy. Was he really that eager to see Ray? I don't like this. Something's off. Inside the medical ward, Ray was sitting upright against the headboard but using a pillow as back support. His complexion looked healthy. Evidently, he was recovering swiftly. When he saw Mizuno, he beamed.
あら、水野ちゃんじゃない。
I don't like this.
こんばんは。お見舞いに来ました。やだ。わざわざ気を使ってくれてありがとう。優しいわね、水野ちゃん。
Blushing, Mizuno smiled, but then it curled into a frown.
僕、レイさんの話を聞いて本当にびっくりして、しかもクリスマスパーティーの直後だなんて。神様は意地悪すぎます。私もびっくりだったわよ。でも水野ちゃんこそまた襲われたんでしょ。
I like it.
タクから聞いたわよ。もう顔の傷が増えてるじゃない。大丈夫？あ、はい、僕は全然。むしろそろそろ慣れてしまいそうです。やめて、慣れないで。
They looked at each other and laughed. I really don't like this. I don't like them flirting with each other. I'm on Ray's route.
でもこうやって笑えるのも皆さんがいてくれたからだと思います。僕一人じゃ抱えきれなかったかもしれません。水野ちゃん。
Meanwhile, I stood a few feet away watching them. I don't like this. But something wasn't right. I just couldn't put my finger on what it was.
レイさん、両手怪我されたんですか？
At this, Ray shifted awkwardly.
ちょっとね、怪我しちゃって。
Most of his injuries were healed up nicely, but his hands were covered in fresh bandages all the way up to his fingertips. It wasn't the mob that did it. It was probably Ray himself chewing his nails to the quick. This was a bad habit he fell into whenever he was stressed.
痛いんですか？見た目が悪いから隠してるだけ。早く治してくださいね。
I need to get rid of Mizuno.
ありがとう。
Well, that was where the conversation petered out. Normally, Ray would have prepared a new topic in advance to prevent any awkward silence, but evidently he wasn't back to his old self yet. Instead, Mizuno hastily spoke up.
そういえば今日すごかったんですよ。ね、トワさん。あら、何がすごかったの？今日トワさんが栗島へ来てくれたんです。その時中村くんがお客さんと少し揉めて、でもトワさんがうるさいって一喝したら中村くんもお客さんも静かになっちゃって。
He googled at the memory.
トワさんが帰ってから中村くんずっと機嫌が悪そうにブツブツ何か言ってました。僕なんか目に入ってない感じで。そんなことがあったのね。私もその場にいたかったわ。びっくりしましたけど少し気分が晴れました。トワさんって本当は怖い人なんですか？実はすっごく喧嘩が強いとか足が速いとか。そうよ、本当はすっごく怖くて喧嘩が強くて足が速いのよ。
Well, thank you. Ray joked along and Mizuno laughed. I feel like I'm gonna be
もしそれ
targeted
が
now.
全部本当だったらすごいですね。
Just what I
楽
wanted.
しいな。意外性があればあるほど物事は面白く感じるのよ。
I don't.
はい。
I'm gonna get jumped now. Thanks, Ray. Then Ray's expression clouded over and he looked at Mizuno.
水野ちゃん、私、あなたは本当にいい人だと思う。
I don't like that, Ray. I don't like that. Please don't do that.
だからこそこうも思うの。こんな町に住んでたら危ないんじゃないかって。それ村瀬先生にも言われました。
Mizuno smiled stiffly.
昔から新興味にいるわけじゃないのよね。はい。この町へ来た理由は無理には聞かないけど、もし話せるなら。
He hung his head for a moment, then looked back at Ray.
兄を探してるんです。お兄さんを？
Mm. All right, the chapter's
はい。
called Brother.
兄はもともと素行が悪くて、学校でも暴れて問題になったり、事件を起こしたりして、
Is it a what's it called? Split personality?
家にもほとんどいなかったんですけど、なぜか弟の僕には目をかけてくれて、そんな兄の消息が3年前に途絶えたんです。それからずっと探してるんですけど、全然見つからなくて。それで、もしかしたら新興味にいるんじゃないかって思って。こういう街なので、兄が好きそうだなって。そうだったのね。でも、水野ちゃんもう2回もひどい目に遭ってるのよ。せめて誰かに相談するとか、一緒に探してもらうとかした方がいいんじゃないかしら。そうですね。できれば自分で探したかったんですけど、それも考えてみます。
Mizuno smiled weakly, and Ray looked back at him with sympathy. Meanwhile, I thought long and hard about what felt so off to me. And then I realized something. I pulled my phone out of my pants pocket and swiftly sent a message to Eiji. That was a smart cookie. We are a smart cookie. When it came time for Mizuno to head home, Ray asked me to walk with him, so the two of us left the clinic together.
今日はありがとうございました。村瀬先生にもお礼を伝えておいてください。
ああ。
Mizuno inclined his head, then looked at me intently.
聞いてもいいですか？
I looked over and waited for him to continue.
トワさんって、どうしてそんなに傷だらけなんですか？
ま、半分は趣味だな。
趣味？ってことは、傷つくのが怖くないんですか？
I guess not.
ああ。
じゃあ、殴られたりするのも？
傷つくのと変わらないだろ。
Yeah, I mean, he said he loved getting in fights.
トワさんも、誰かを傷つけたい人なんですか？
Are you recruiting me?
どうだろうな。
I generally welcomed any pain inflicted on me. I never really felt the urge to inflict it on someone else. Except for with Ikuina, with the whole knife situation.
それじゃあ、最後の質問です。
個人の自由だ。好きにすればいい。
ありがとうございました。たくさん質問しちゃってすみません。ここまででいいので、それじゃあ、また。
I'm gonna get jumped, I just know. With a guilty smile, he bowed to me once more and then turned and walked off. As for me, I just stood there and let him go. Alright, Eiji, what info are you gonna get to me? There we go. That night I got a message from Eiji. In order to confirm whether an assault party was indeed happening tonight, we agreed to meet up near the deathmatch arena. The borders of deathmatch arena weren't clearly demarcated, but the scenery and crime levels visibly worsened the closer you got. It was a place I generally prefer to avoid. If you went wandering in, you get challenged to a fight or a duel or whatever. If it was a real balls-to-the-walls brawl, that'd be one thing. But these deathmatch fighters were after something different. That's why I never took part in their reindeer games. Reading in the deathmatch area's trademark dusty decay scent, I arrived outside the building Eiji indicated. The meetup time was just minutes away. Leaning against the shutter door, I lit a cigarette and took a drag. A short time later, I heard the sound of footsteps echoing through the empty building. Whoever it was, they were fast approaching. Cigarette between my lips, I strained up and leaned in the direction of the sound. Beneath the street lamps, I could see someone running full speed, shoulders heaving. It was AG. He was dyed scarlet. Oh, did he get jumped? I don't mean to smoke either. His face glistened like red. Someone had dabbed it with paint.
父さん
Hi, AG. You okay? He called my name through gasps, and when he reached me, he doubled over. Blood and sweat dripped from his chin as he struggled to catch his
お
breath.
前襲われたのか
Still wheezing, AG looked up.
はい
Who would jump you? His bangs were soaked, and blood trickled down from his scalp, glinting darkly. He looked like he'd suffered a head injury.
今夜例の暴行グループを捕まえるつもりで小太郎さんとまゆさんと一緒に来たんです。
Oh, crap. Kotaro and Mayu, too?
二人と離れてた時にいきなり襲われて、そいつらが例のグループだったのかはわからないんですけど、今小太郎さんとまゆさんが追いかけてます。襲われた時に携帯を落としちゃってとわさんに連絡できなかったんです。
Well, that's not good.
それでとにかくとわさんを探さなきゃと思って、今から小太郎さんたちと合流しましょう。
Okay. He turned and started to run, but lost his balance. Reflexively, I reached out and caught him by the arm.
すみません、めまいがして。
後でタクに見てもらえよ
こういう時、知り合いが病院やってると便利ですよね。
Yep. His bloodied lips curled into his smile.
小太郎たちがどこにいるのか案内しろ
わかりました。
I slid an arm around him to keep him upright, and together, the two of us headed into the deathmatch area. Fight, 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 fight. As AG directed me through the streets, we started to hear shouting and punching sounds. Up ahead, two people were standing with their backs turned to us. It was Kotaro and Mayu. Beyond them, a group of men lay on the concrete, writhing in pain. All of them were wearing black.
小太郎さん、まゆさん。
At AG's voice, the two slowly turned.
おお、エイジ。トアはいたか？
おお、エイジ顔真っ赤。ウケるね。
Grinning, Mayu pulled his lollipop out of his mouth and used it to point at AG.
こいつらが例のグループなのか
I walked up next to Kotaro and Mayu, looked down at the men in black. Frowning, Kotaro tilted his head and scratched his chin.
エイジを襲ったのはこいつらだし、事件も何回か起こしてるようだが、パーティーやってる奴らとは違うっぽいな。雑魚が集まった雑魚による雑魚だらけの雑魚グループだ。
小太郎、ザコザコ言い過ぎよ。
Yeah, jeez. Kotaro?
いわゆる模倣犯ってやつだ。ネットで集まった雑魚の寄せ集め。ま、いろいろ聞きたいことはあるから連れて行くけどな。
もちろん、ひどいお仕置き付きでね。
As I supported his weight, AG sighed and slumped his shoulders.
なんだ。外れってことは僕、ただの殴られ損じゃないですか。
I like AG.
やだな、も
I think he's one of my favorites from this trio.
う。だくだく血出てるよ。鉄舐めようね、鉄。
Wait, what?
ねえ、ここにいる意味ないならもう帰りましょうよ。痛いし早く寝たいんで。
そうだな。そうすっか。ほら、立て。
Kotaro and Mayu kicked each of the men in turn, forcing them onto their feet.
とわさん、今回は失敗ってことで無駄足を踏ませてしまってすみません。せめてものお詫びにクリニックまで送らせてください。
At this, I shook my head slowly.
いやいい
でも
そんな状態で送るって言われてもな
I know I could probably do better for myself.
まあそうですよね。
He looked down at his blood-splattered clothes and smiled stiffly.
そんじゃ、またなとは。
Bye, Kotaro. I will miss your abs.
バイ、おやすみ。
Bye. Kotaro set off first, followed by the group of men in black. Mayu and Eiji took up the rear, goading them like a couple of sheepdogs. After the procession vanished into the night, I let out a breath. Eiji was right. I had completely wasted my time. Whenever there was a newsworthy crime, you were sure to find the copycat criminals. The hapless children generation was born into a world without hopes or dreams. They turned to self-destructive behavior does not list for their despair. Monkey see, monkey do. These assault incidents were attracting a lot of attention by giving themselves a fancy name, but the injuries they inflicted were really nothing special. There's no longer anything to be gained by me being here, so I was ready to start walking home. Then my phone buzzed in my coat pocket. Pulled it out and found an email notification from whoever kept sending me the assault photos. They had pasted the URL in the body of the email, plus another file attachment. I opened the URL to find a map with a specific location marked. Then I checked the attachment and found another assault photo, this time a guy I didn't recognize. On second thought, he was vaguely familiar. I inspected the image more closely. Was this Nakamura? They beat up Nakamura? Before I could get a better look at the photo, my phone buzzed again. This time, Kaku was calling me. No, where's Ray?
そっちにいるんじゃないのか。
それがいないんだ。クリニック中を探したんだが、どこにもいない。
Was he kidnapped again?
携帯電話はベッドの脇に置きっぱなしだ。自宅にも電話してみたが出ない。
Crap. It's freaking Mizuno, I just know it.
それでもしかしたらお前のところにいるんじゃないかと思って電話したんだが。
いや。
参ったな。レイはまだ万全な
I
状
think he
態
was
じゃない。
kidnapped again.
それは本人も分かってるはずだ。なのに。
Sighed in frustration. The last time I saw Ray was a few hours ago when Mizuno came to visit.
僕レイさんの話を聞いて本当にびっくりして、しかもクリスマスパーティーの直後だなんて。
Who told him?
神様は意地悪すぎます。
No one told him.
どうした？
See? It's all about what they say.
一旦切る。
Fucking Mizuno, you douchebag. And Ray liked you, too. I hung up, then reopened the email I just got. I marked the location on a map and a photo of Nakamura getting his ass kicked. As I was deciphering the exact location of the spot indicated on the map, I got a message from Eiji. He had an answer to the question I asked him a few hours ago. When I read it, my suspicions were instantly confirmed. If I went, perhaps I could see him. It was at least a 30-minute walk from here. I stuffed my phone in my coat pocket and started walking. Directed exploration. Okay. Okay. Check out the marked location. Let's move. Alright. Main road cuts through. Not many people out. Might find something. Lots of people here. What am I looking for? Might find something. I'm gonna save. Quick save. Alright, move. I think I'm gonna go. Let's go here. Gotta find our baby Ray. As I walked down the street, I heard footsteps rapidly approaching down the alley. Oh, hello, Greenie. Hi, Oddish. Did you know?
やめろ。
Alright, lots of people here. Not many people here. The park, maybe? Yeah, let's go here. I obviously went to the wrong place. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. Eventually arrived at the park near the clinic. Came here at night every now and then, but tonight it was deserted. No sign that any kind of fight had happened here. I was wondering whether I'd been pranked. My phone buzzed with another message from Eiji. Posted an assault party notice. This time they include a location. Crap. He had included a URL with his message. I tapped to find a familiar-looking map. Map with a specific spot marked. Right where I was already standing. Yep. Jeez, I knew I was gonna get attacked. Out of nowhere, an impact struck my skull and my vision dimmed. Freaking Ray, I know you wanted to hype me up, but I mean, I guess this was what I wanted. Then I felt the cold asphalt against my cheek and I realized I had collapsed to the ground. A group of people surrounded me. Oh, fun. Blanket party time. Then everything went dark. They put a blindfold over my eyes and tied my hands together. Belatedly, my head started to throb dully. Then someone grabbed my arm and hauled me up onto my feet. I could hear hushed voices and laughter in the darkness. Was this the group I was looking for? Well, it's the same MO. They pushed me into some cramped space. Then I heard the door shut and realized I was in a car. I couldn't see anything, and someone was holding onto both of my arms, pinning me in place. All I could do was sit there and listen to the sound of the engine. Not exactly the best. A few minutes later, the car slowly rolled into a stop. Rough hands pushed me out of the car, goading me blindly forward. Oh, jeez. Then someone gave me a hard shove and I fell forward. I couldn't use my hands to brace myself, so my chin hit the ground hard. It tingled and went numb. Meanwhile, I could hear a deafening drone. Through the blindfold, I could see blinding lights flashing intensely. Then I heard the screams mixed with the music. Right as I started to wonder if they'd taken me to some kind of concert, they suddenly removed the blindfold. Where the crap am I? After being in the dark for so long, the bright flashing lights stabbed my eyes like knives. Wincing, I slowly squinted. I know he has one, sorry. Then I pushed myself off the hard floor and looked around. Where am I? Club? Is this some kind of warehouse? It was a wide open space with only a few sources of light. I was up on the second floor. The colored lights flashed restlessly, repainting the concrete walls and ceiling in a garish rainbow. Forcing my legs to cooperate, I walked to the railing just ahead. Bam, 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 bam. Then I peered over the edge at what I could only assume was a rave happening down below. Under the light, some people danced wildly to the intense music while others punched each other. Some cheered for the fighters, some yelped and screeched, some were having sex, some were passed out on the floor. It was a surreal sight, to say the least. Everyone here looked like they were in their 20s, and none of them appeared to be fully lucid. Now, was this a drug party or something? I turned away from the blinding scenery below and scanned the second floor. Unlike the ground floor, it was quiet up here, and the lighting was much dimmer. Then I spotted people laying on the ground a short distance away. No, it's Ray! There were 3 of them, lying forgotten on the floor. One of them was most likely Nakamura, and one of the others was Ray. No, they kidnapped Ray again. And then I remembered what Taku told me over the phone. Ray had disappeared from the medical ward, but if the clinic itself wasn't attacked, then he must have left the building of his own free will. Probably slipped a message into the flower. Did someone ask to meet with him? If so, then who? It was Mizuno. I walked up to him and checked to make sure he was breathing. I looked at the third person lying on the floor. Mizuno is in on this. I just know it. He grunted, shook his head, and wheezed for breath. I fixed him with a cold, unfeeling gaze. This was my 3rd time encountering him, but this time I wasn't worried that he had been attacked. After all,
僕レイさんの話を聞いて
he's involved.
本当にびっくりして
He knew info he shouldn't have known. Cops even look for this. If a suspect knows something they shouldn't, then I like immediately know it's you.
しかもクリスマスパーティーの直後だなんて神様は意地悪すぎます
Because nobody told him that. Nobody told him. When he was chatting with Ray in the medical ward, something had felt off. How did Mizuno know that Ray was attacked right after the Christmas party? That detail was never announced publicly. Granted, he would know about the party since Ray had invited him, but to my knowledge, they hadn't spoken since. That's why I got suspicious and sent a message to Eiji. I asked him to look into a Krishna employee by the name of Mizuno. Well, I talked to my friend who works at Krishna. He said nobody named Mizuno works there. Exactly. He's not a real person. Kirihara. I knew it was him. I knew it. From the moment I met that little prick, I knew something was up with him. Nobody innocent lives here. Instantly, his labored breathing stopped and he slowly sat up. He looked at me with empty eyes and smiled. Mizuno, or rather Kirihara, let out a disappointed sigh. All traces of his wimpy persona were gone. Now he fixed me with a look that can only be described as arrogant and icy. There's his real smoke. As for his smoke, it was now bright orange with hints of red, the color of intense emotion like anger.
いつから気づいてたんですか?
For a while.
変だと思ったのは昨日。今日お前がクリニックに来た時に確信した。
You little douchebag.
レイがクリスマスパーティーの直後に襲われたことは一部の人間しか知らない。
誰かから聞いたって可能性は?
そんな話が聞けるほどお前がレイの周りの連中と親しいとは思えない。そもそも隠すつもりなんてなかったんだろう。
Yep. At this, he grinned in delight.
むしろ早く気づいてほしいって思ってました。
Then Kirihara was almost certainly the one who sent those emails to Euphoria. Just then, Ray began to stir. Smiling, Kirihara looked over at him.
おや、意外と早いお目覚めだったな。
何？ちょっと。
Oh, my baby, Ray.
ここ。何？
Oh. It's okay, Ray. We'll get out of here. Grimacing, Ray looked around the area in confusion.
おはようございます、レイさん。
When he spotted Kirihara, his expression crumpled.
あんたが。
俺が何ですか？
あんたが犯人なのね。
はい、そうです。
Knew it. Apparently, Ray was on the same page as me. Perhaps that had something to do with why he left the clinic. Maybe Mizuno contacted him and offered to tell him the truth. Using both arms, Ray heaved himself up, fixing Kirihara with a glare as he struggled.
どうして襲ったの？
楽しいからに決まってるじゃないですか。
Because he's psychotic, Ray. Kirihara answered as if the conclusion was self-evident. I mean...
じゃあ、新たや私を狙った理由は何なのよ？
もともとはトワさんのことが気になってたんです。
Don't push this on us. He shot me a pointed look.
レイさんが怪我をしてた俺を見つけて、初めて村瀬先生のところへ連れて行った時。
Poor Towa, he's like, I have no idea why these people like me. I guess, I don't know.
トワさん、上半身裸でしたよね。おそらく診察を受けてたんだと思うんですけど。
Those freaking scars. Everyone's into them. That night, Taku was checking up on the injuries I sustained during Ikuina's euphoric episode.
俺、トワさんの体の傷跡を見て興味を持ったんです。この人はもしかしたら。
Oh, for crying out loud.
同類。
そう、同類。
Birds of a feather flock together. Big smile on his face grew even wider as he echoed my words.
新田さんを襲ったのは本当にただの偶然でした。レイさんの友達だったっていうのは後から知ったんです。
Oh, poor Arata.
次にレイさんを襲った理由は、トワさんの次に俺のお気に入りだったからです。
Jeez,
何それ？あんたに気に入られると襲われるってわけ？
いえ、 気に入らないから襲う時もありますよ。レイさんは昔いじめられてたことがあるって言ってたから、
Oh, God.
俺と同じだったから。ひょっとしたら殴られたかったんじゃないかなって思って。
Usually, people who are bullied don't want to be smacked around. Just saying.
あとレイさんってずるいから嫉妬もちょっとありました。
What? Why? Because he's close to Toa?
何言ってるの？あんたおかしいわ。
But Kirihara ignored Rei's shock and kept talking.
俺傷つけられたいんです。物理的に殴られたり蹴られたり、もっとひどいことされるのが好きなんです。
Why didn't you go to the deathmatch area then? They would gladly do that.
トワさんは俺と同じなんですよね。体の傷跡を見ればわかります。
I didn't respond, just stared blankly back at him.
レイさんに嫉妬したっていうのは俺の同類であるトワさんと仲が良さそうだったからです。
Oh.
それでも
It's not my fault.
レイさんのことはお気に入りですけどね。本当はこの場所には俺のお気に入りナンバー1とナンバー2だけ連れてくるつもりだったんです。けどさっき言った通り、気に入らないから襲っちゃったおまけもそこにいますよ。
Jeez, his gaze drifted to the unconscious third victim.
お二人ともご存知中村くんです。中村くんは小物のくせに生きがっちゃってうざいから軽く締めてやりました。
Oh. He walked up to Nakamura and rolled him over with the tip of his shoe.
中村くんって強そうなやつには絡まないのに、おとなしそうなやつ相手だと態度がでかくなるんですよね。見ててほんと面白かったな。まあこんなのはついでなんでどうでもいいんですけど。
あんた最低ね。骨の髄まで腐ってる。
Rei's voice was dripping with fury. Scandalized Kirihara pointed at Nakamura.
僕こいつにいじめられてたんですよ。仕返しをして何が悪いんです。因果応報ってやつでしょ。
新は偶然だって言ってたじゃない。私はともかく新はあんたと何も関係ないでしょ。最低よ、最低。
As Rei screamed at him, Kirihara laughed.
まず大前提としてこの世は弱肉強食です。襲われても返り討ちにすれば何の問題もないじゃないですか。
群れなきゃ何もできないガキが偉そうなこと言うんじゃないわよ。
Exactly.
負け犬がいくら吠えたところでね。所詮は後の祭りです。
Just then, a group of men dressed in black came running up the stairs to the second floor.
なあ、暇なんだけど。
Oh, hello, hapless children. The guy in front turned his heavy head to look at Kirihara. There are 6 of them in total standing around like the drug-fueled rave downstairs didn't even faze
こ
them.
こにいる奴ら、もうやっちゃってもいい？
ああ、いいよ。それじゃあこっちとそっちの2人をやって。
Kirihara jerked his chin at me and Rei, who had only just worked his way into an upright position. Nah, Rei, we will protect you as best we can against 6 people. 7 and counting Kirihara. As he struggled to get to his feet, 3 of the men surrounded him. The other 3 circled around me with grins on their faces. It's okay. I looked at the men with disinterest.
やれ。
On Kirihara's signal, the men started their beatdown. Oh, poor Rei. And poor us. Jeez. Punch and kicked from every angle, I collapsed on the floor. My hands tied, I couldn't even shield my head. Oh yeah, I forgot my hands were tied. Well, this sucks. But I was never planning on to resist.
だよ、抵抗しねえのかよ。
My whole body was peppered with blows. Everything hurt. In between their fits of laughter, I could hear Ray grunting. I couldn't see how he was doing. Honestly, I didn't really care if they beat the shit out of me. They could even kill me if they wanted to. But Ray... With every groan he made, I grew more and more irate. Finally, I caved into the impulse. Clucking my tongue, I sucked in a breath. Oof. Toa finally got angry. Yay, finally. I shouted at the top of my lungs. The men all froze. To provoke them, I spat the blood in my mouth on the floor.
3人じゃ半端なんだよ。下手くそ。
んだと？
へえ。
おい、こっち来いよ。
One of my assailants waved over the 3 that were attacking Ray. Oh, my poor babe. We'll get you out somehow. Ray croaked in a hoarse voice, then he closed his eyes and fell still, passed out if I had to guess.
どうせなら殺す気でやれ。
本当に死んでも知らねえからな。
やってみろよ。
Oh, jeez.
やれるもんならな。
Angry Toa, he has emotions. Yay.
こいつ。
Filled by murderous rage, the men resumed their beatdown. The onslaught was now even more intense, and I gritted my teeth. Physically, I could feel the pain, but it didn't bother me. Mentally, I was completely detached. Before long, my body started to go numb. The blows didn't do much for me except make bright lights pop behind my eyelids. I still hear the explosive music and see the world wildly flashing lights. Every impact jolted my brain, the pain devouring me straight down to the bone. The bittersweet taste of copper pooled in my mouth. As my whole body writhed in agony, I thought I felt someone's gaze on me, so I forced my puffy eyelid open. A pair of feverish eyes stared back, but the rest of his face was devoid of all emotion. It was Kirihara. Drooling blood, I looked back at him, then fixed him with a scarlet smile. I slowly formed each syllable with my lips, calling to him.
もういい。
Without breaking eye contact, he addressed the violent mob. They were so worked up, they didn't seem to hear him.
もういいって言ってんだろ!
He raised his voice and stormed over. Then he grabbed one of the men by the back of the neck and decked him. Jeez. Punched each one of them in turn. Grumbling, they all filed downstairs. Hi. After the tornado of violence was gone, I looked at Kirihara, my shoulders heaving. As I gasped for breath, blood and saliva trickled out of my open mouth and down my chin. What's up, man? Hi. He walked right up to me and crouched down to my eye level. Then he smiled broadly.
やっぱり、あんた、俺と同じだ。ねえ、俺の絵描いてよ。描いて、俺の絵。
I gazed back into his mirthless eyes.
嫌だと言ったら。
ダメ、許さない。描いて。描いてよ。
He answered instantly, as if he had prepared his lines in advance. Personally, I wasn't actually opposed to it. If anything, I was mildly interested. Toa, I wanted to learn about him, about his dark desires.
じゃあ、まずは話を聞かなきゃな。
話？そんなの、絵を描くのに必要あんの？
大ありだ。
ふん。
He narrowed his eyes.
いいよ。描いてくれるなら何でも話す。
Okay. He pulled a box cutter out of his pant pocket and severed the zip tie behind my hands. All right.
さあ、早く始めてよ。
Well, this is okay.
お前の欲望を見せろ。
なんでもいいから、早く。
Okay, well then. Reveal his desire. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, let's quick save. Because I do not trust myself. Okay. All these times I'm gonna like completely botch it. I just know it. Alright. Kirihara. Let's
お
do this.
前、
まあ、そうだな。
Huh, okay.
ああ、
Alright, let's provoke
Negative.
him. You have braces on? The act was a little too forced to be natural. Yeah, I picked up on it immediately. Like, there's something wrong with this guy. Okay. Alright. Pretty fucked up.
あ
Yeah.
あ、まったく。
いいね。
Alright, this dude, yeah, I need to play a different game with this guy. Those are braces. I never noticed. Made you start attacking people.
勝手にやってたんだよ。
That's all. Okay.
ネガティブに。
Negative? Something being a part of a group gives people a stronger sense of identity. Isn't that true for you too?
わかってないな。
Well, it's by myself just fine. Okay. Say nothing.
そういえば、
Nakamura push you around on purpose?
ああ、そうだよ。
ポジティブに。へえ、
You're in no position to call anyone scum. Yeah,
おい
exactly.
おいおい。
Yeah, a little bit, I guess.
そういえば、
Something was off about it.
何？
Like what?
ポジティブ。
I have no idea. You weren't miserable at all. You were having fun, weren't you? I could tell because you were smiling.
面白い。
Alright. What should I try next?
話を聞いてよ。
Grace on his friends.
よし。
Yeah, bro.
期待外れか。
Hey, I'm not hurting people.
なあ。 だからさ。
Brother? Create my brother's old photos. Wait, what? Uh,
おい、
まだだ。
冗談だろ。
ネガティブ。いいか。
if you don't like it, I'll find someone else.
あっそ。
Maybe I should think about this.
俺は傷つけられたいんだ。
桐原。
ああ、
My desire is for someone to beat the shit out of me.
本当に欲しいのは。
Others violence. Why him?
いいか。
Oh,
まあ、そうだな。
that's terrible.
だからさ。
My push. Alright,
ポ
fine.
ジティブ。なるほど。
For your brother to hurt you.
そうだよ。
Where is your brother dead then? Where is he? Okay.
そうだな。
Pronounced maybe he died in a ditch somewhere.
ああ。兄さん。
I don't like him anyway.
ポジティブ。
Maybe he regrets the way he treated you. Okay. Say nothing?
あ
Naked?
ネガティブ。できない。
Your brother's violence. Not him, so I can't grant that
あ。
wish.
そうだな。あんたならできる。
Surrogate, right? You can make dream come true, right? Sure, I'll beat the crap out of you. Why not?
ポジティブ。ああ。この傷跡。
This scar. 3? Birds of a feather, right? Yeah. Let's rip that sucker open. Actually, actually like that noise now.
俺とお前が同類だってのか。
そうだ。俺とあんたは同類なんだ。
Alright, Ray, let's...
あんたは俺と似てる。だから、俺の気持ちがよくわかるだろ？わかるよな。
ああ、全部わかった。もう十分だ。
ああ、そうだ、そうなんだよ。もういいか？我慢できね
え。Alright, beat the crap out of him. Let's go, Toa. Gonna go bam. Oh, there we go. I guess that's supposed to happen. It's happened both times. Feel his desire. Alrighty. Beat the crap out of him. As he spoke, Kirihara's breathing grew uneven, and he clutched at his chest like he was reveling in the memories all over again.
これでわかっただろ？俺は暴力が欲しい。兄貴から与えられた意識が吹っ飛ぶほどの圧倒的な暴力が。兄貴は自分が暴力を振るってる動画を撮影するのが趣味だった。兄貴がいなくなった後、兄貴のパソコンからそういう動画が山のように出てきた。
Your brother sucks. What he does is.
その中にはもちろん、俺が殴られてるやつもあって、他にもたくさんあった。
Yep, your brother's screwed up, man.
殴るだけじゃなく、蹴ったり切ったり刺したり。
Jeez. Yeah, he would fit in well here.
ああ、思い出すだけでゾクゾクする。誰に侵されても、殴られても、兄貴には遠く及ばなかった。もっともっと、本当に息の根が止まるくらいの、その寸前の、ギリギリの、痛みが欲しいんだ。
He's crazy.
誰もできなかったけど、きっと、あんたなら、わかるんだろ？俺の気持ちが。あんたには、わかってるんだ。だから、な
あ。Kirihara dropped to his hands and knees, then looked up at me. His cheeks were flushed, his eyes were damp with emotion. I understood full well what he was looking for. Admittedly, it did resemble my own desires, but the critical difference was that Kirihara used violence as a means to connect with his brother. Now that his brother was gone, violence was the only thing he had left. Nevertheless, it was more than enough inspiration for a painting. The dude He is crazy. Complete psychotic. I slowly rose to my feet and coldly stared down at Kirihara on all fours. Alright. Then out of nowhere, I grabbed a fistful of his hair and slammed him down. At least we can avenge Rei and Arata, because at least I get to do that. That's something I'm happy about. He hit the floor and then I kicked him in the jaw as hard as I could. The pained yelp, he fell onto his back. I started to straddle him. Gritting his teeth, he swung his fist at me. Connected with my cheek, knocking me over. Then he took the opportunity to get up and pushed me down. He shrouded me and punched me in a second time, then a third.
ほらどうしたよほらほら俺を失望させんな
He punched my face with each of his fists in turn, grinning gleefully. His eyes were wide with excitement as he beat me with no hesitation. As he punched me, I lay perfectly still. I no longer felt the pain, just burning and tingling. When he realized I wasn't going to fight back, he came to a stop. He scowled bitterly down at me, then grabbed me by the shirt.
俺を楽しませてくれるんじゃなかったのかよ。なあ、失望させんなよ、おい。
He yanked my collar down. He ran a warm tongue over the scar on my collarbone and pressed a hand to my neck. Then squeezed like he was trying to crush my windpipe. I struggled to breathe. Come on, Toa.
どうしたかかってこいよ
As he choked me with one hand, he balled the other into a fist and drew back. But right before he swung it down, I grabbed the wrist at my throat with both hands and slammed my knee into his gut. How did you manage that if he's on top of you? It let his guard down and it knocked the wind out of him. I kicked his stomach a few more times and crawled out from under his limp body. How would you manage that if he's on top of you? Choking and gasping for breath, I slowly heaved myself to my feet. Dude, you need to... I spat the blood pooled in my mouth. Then before Kirihara could recover, I grabbed him by the collar and yanked him up. Yeah. We glared at each other point blank for a long moment, then I decked him as hard as I could. When he hit the ground, I straddled his torso and started wailing on him, just like he had done to me, except harder. In a blink, his cheeks swelled purple and blood painted his gritted teeth scarlet. I watched it all from a detached perspective as I continued my onslaught. Then I noticed a change in Kirihara's reactions. His brow furrowed deeply. His wet, bloody lips curled in a delightful smile. A delighted smile, not delightful. His groans turned into laughter as he coughed up blood and saliva.
待ってたこういうのためらわず怖がらずに全力で殴ってくれるやつを
Dude, you should really try this like thing called like what is it called? Like BDSM. Get yourself someone who's the dom and just tell them to beat the shit out of you. And they'd probably do it in this town. Just saying. Probably be a better outlet for you.
ずっと兄さんみたいなやつを待ってたんだ
Oh, okay. Well, he grabbed my arm and leg, clutching at the fabric like if he was clinging to me.
もっと殴ってほしいもっと本気で
Gladly, dude.
もっと
You hurt Ray, so yeah. Okay, let's continue on. I couldn't help but find it ever so slightly thrilling. I understood his desire, even if that he were truly wanted wasn't quite the same. I could relate to his hunger for pure violence. Plus, he hurt Ray, so let's just continue. Raised my fist and punched him again and again. Before long, I felt something hard pressed against my ass. Yep, Kirihara was roused by the beatdown.
もっ
Go to a BDSM club, dude.
もっと殴ってくれお願いだもっと
Or a whatever it's called. Maybe not BDSM. A dom? Just go get yourself a dommy. Oh, jeez. Totally swung my fist, mercilessly pummeling his swollen, bloody smile. This does not match the smooth jazz. It's gonna come straight out. This does not match what's going on. He spasmed with every punch, blood and whimpers abounding, and he bulge pressing against my ass continued to swell. This dude has some issues. Likewise, his thirst encouraged my own, and I could feel the blood rushing. Woo! The stench of blood, rising heat, the feel of his skin, flesh, and bones against my knuckles. Every creak, something akin to pleasure, shot down my spine to my pelvis. This dude has some issues. Oh, they both do, but whatever. It zapped me like electricity and made me gasp. Okay. His face was so swollen I could scarcely recognize him. Laughing, he started to sit up. I didn't stop him. Instead, I let him pin me down. His monstrously disfigured face stared back at me.
今度は俺の番あんたも好きなんだろ
After a teasing whisper, he raised a shaking fist. Oh, he does have braces. Okay. Whoa, look at that. But what's going on? It's actually quite beautiful. He punched me again and again. Keeping his bulge against mine. So this is a lot more intense than the Ikuino's was.
気持ちいい
He leaned his head back and laughed. With every punch, the blood on his fist splattered everywhere. Jeez. I need to be able to walk Ray home. He smiled at me, his lips painted in glossy blood. Then he grabbed me by the collar and flopped down beside me, pulling me onto him. Like lovers, we embraced each other, gazing into each other's eyes.
さあまたそっちの番だもっとくれよ俺の気が済むまで俺が死ぬまで死んでも構わないから
Listening to our labored breathing and the rustling movement, I thought we were having sex. Just beating the shit out of each other. Lethargically, I heaved myself up and crawled onto Kirihara. In addition to the unrelenting migraine, my vision was shaky and unfocused. When I tilted my head down, the blood from my face dripped onto Kirihara's. I balled one hand into a fist and slowly raised it up. Meanwhile, he watched me gleefully like a kid on Christmas. It must have looked so bizarre to an outside observer. A guy with a bruised, swollen face, eager for more punishment. My stomach tightened and I clenched my fist until my knuckles went white. Then I brought my fist straight down.
兄さん
Okay, dude. You're having that reaction thinking about your brother? I think you have so many issues. So many issues. Whoa, that was loud. Holy crap, that actually kind of scared me. Jeez, like kill the dude? Whew, okay. Well, that was intense. Euphoric. Well, we saved Ray at least. Well, that was a I don't agree, I don't feel that way about that type of situation, but whatever, dude. First thing I felt was an intense headache. We need to get Ray out of there. Tried to open my eye, but it was weighed down heavily. Or is Ray gonna pick us up? Be like, what happened to you? Oh. We need to get Ray out of there. Nakamura, or whatever his name was. I don't care. With all my strength, I forced it open. Jeez. Groaning, I tried to get up, but my body was in too much pain to cooperate. Lying on my back, I rolled onto my side, then my stomach. Just roll on over to Ray. Just roll. When I looked up, I saw Kirihara lying right in front of me, covered in blood, his face swollen beyond recognition. But I could see his chest rising and falling, so he wasn't dead. I mean, he hurt Ray multiple times, and Arata, so whatever. Guess it's good he's alive. Then I looked around in search of Ray. Yeah, that's the first concern. I need to find Ray. Once I confirmed he was lying in the same spot, I reached into my pants pocket. Taku, help me. I don't know where I am. I'm in a warehouse. Checking and pulled out my phone and called Taku. Can you extract me and Ray from a warehouse? Help me. My voice left my lips in a hoarse whisper. Are you not concerned about the fact that I can't talk, Taku? Took everything I had to get the words out. I don't know, trace my phone. I messaged him my current location. I don't even know how to do that. Yep, bring some cops, and I'm passed out. Darkness envelops. Then I quietly passed out. I went out like a whimper. Short little whimper. Oh, that's the end of the chapter? Oh, God. Brother. I completely forgot what the chapter title was. I was like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. That was intense, though. Then again, the Ikuina was also intense, but jeez, man. That one got way more aggressive. Okay, well. Okay. Oh, what? Huh? Okay. Okay, who is this? Okay, then. Okay, who is this? Or is that the same guy? I don't know what's going on. Okay. This is my ritual. Interesting. Sword fighting? What's going on? Who's talking to me right now? Oh. Hurts. This is the most, like, incoherent. I don't know what's going on. Is he in a fight? What's going on? Aw. That's too bad. Ray's brother. Who's next? Chapter 3. Oh, it's Ray! Okay. It's gonna be Ray's captor, then? Contradiction. Oh, so he's like me. Okay. Personality is a contradiction. Alright, then. I'm gonna go paint. Next time I awoke, I found myself in bed in the medical ward. Around me stood Taku, Junko, Honami, and Arata, all looking haggard. I looked over at the bed next to me to find Ray asleep. After a phone call, Taku called the trio, and together they all came to get me and Ray. Supposedly, Kirihara and Nakamura were sent to Takanoichi medical office. Due to the extent of the injuries we'd suffered, it would take us over a month to recover, or so Taku informed me solemnly. Guess I'm gonna have to paint the next day. I'm up painting. My cuts and bruises were still fresh, but I wasn't paralyzed or anything. So I forced my way back to my apartment to paint. My inspiration, Kirihara. I knew he was going to lock himself in there to paint. As I was setting up my easel, I heard a knock and Ray peeked in.
じっと
Hi.
してるのが嫌で
Hi,
来ちゃった。
sweetie. You doing okay?
少し話してもいい？
I haven't started painting yet, so I guess so. What's up? I nodded and he slowly walked in. A little bun right there. Like me, he was covered in scrapes and bruises and bandages. He wasn't nearly as jacked up as me, but you know.
お互いひどいことになってるわね。
He smiled, wincing.
まあな。
With a cigarette between my lips, I grabbed a canvas and tried to bring it to my easel. My arms protested painfully, but I ignored it. Then I sensed that Ray wanted to talk about something, so I stopped and waited. He gazed pensively at his feet.
水野、桐原も中村も鷹の口医院でおとなしく治療を受けてるそうよ。
Mm-hmm. He paused and continued.
私ね、桐原のことは本当に怒ってるし、
Because you thought he was cute?
思い出すのも嫌。
He thought he was cute, and then he turned out he was a psycho who jumped you?
でも、あの倉庫みたいなところでトワが桐原と話してるとき、私ね、少しだけ意識が戻ったの。
Okay.
体中が痛くって頭もクラクラしてたけど、桐原の話が聞こえてきて、そしたらほんの少し、本当に少しだけね、桐原はお兄さんのせいであんな風になって、お兄さんはそんな桐原を置いていってしまって。
Well, he was abusive douchebag, so of course he would. The guy... Yeah.
取り残された桐原は消えてしまったお兄さんの面影をずっと求めてたのよね。
Hopefully he is at the bottom of the ocean and not hurting anyone, but you know.
桐原がやったことは絶対に許されない。
No.
けど過去に受けた心の傷はそう簡単に消えるものじゃない。大人になってもずっと治らずに血を流し続けることだってある。そんな風に思ったらなんだかね。もう私今頭をかきむしりたいくらい複雑な気分よ。
Dejected, he shook his head and then he looked at me with hesitation.
ねえ、トワは桐原のことをどう思ったの？
What does that matter?
絵のモチーフとしては良かった。
個人としては？
I set my canvas at my feet, pinched my cigarette between my fingers and exhaled the smoke. I don't like him.
桐原が本当に欲しかったものは兄貴で、暴力は兄貴を思い出すための形見だった。あいつは兄貴から与えられた純粋な暴力を恋しがり、欲しがってた。兄貴云々はともかく、混じり気のないものを求める気持ちはわからなくもない。
それってあんたも同じものを求めてるから？
かもな。
Oops, I keep pushing this stupid... Sorry. I relaxed a little too much and I pushed the left button, or the right button instead of the left button. With a shrug, I crushed my cigarette in the ashtray on the coffee table. Ray looked away sadly.
きっと桐原も私もあんたも根っこは似てるのよ。私はデスマッチ、桐原はお兄さん、あんたは。
He looked at me and furrowed his brow.
あんたが一番
Yeah,
ひどいかも
seriously.
ね。
We're kind of in a little mess. Just a little. I put a fresh cigarette between my lips and wiggled it in place for a real answer? He giggled. Oh, I love you, Ray.
立ってるのが辛くなってきたからベッドに戻るわね。
I was just like, can I just chill in here? Just lay on your sofa or your bed?
勝手に出歩いてたらタクに怒られるぞ。
それはあんたもでしょ。 え、楽しみにしてるけど、
Aw.
無理はしないでね。
Okay. With that, he left the room. Hopefully this painting doesn't take too long. After he shut the door, I picked up my canvas, cigarette still unlit. Wincing at the pain, I carried it over to my easel. Yep, here we go. Our obsession. Aw, poor Ray. Wonder what his chapter's gonna be like. I'm a little concerned. 2 days after I started painting Kirihara. Whoa, that's actually pretty sweet. Look at that. After days of barely eating or drinking, I finished my piece. I staggered out of my room on December 31st, New Year's Eve. Wow, that all happened real fast. That's actually a pretty sweet picture. Like all this art I would not mind owning. Somehow I managed to capture the feelings Kirihara inspired before they could fade. The clinic had closed for the winter holidays, but nevertheless Taku and Ray were always on the first floor in case I needed them. Ray would not be able to help me. The dude got his ass handed to him twice. As the sun was setting, I came down to the first floor and found Ray sitting in the waiting room bench. He noticed me and immediately tried to stand up, but winced in pain.
いたった。書き終わった。
See what I say? He can't help me.
ああ、お疲れ様。タクが診察室にいるから呼んでくるわ。
いや、いい。
I'll just go on my own, babe.
でも、
Sit down and relax. The slightest movement caused him pain, and I saw no reason for him to fetch Taku.
じゃあ内線で呼ぶわね。
Ray slowly heaved himself to his feet, walked to the reception counter, and picked up the phone. After a moment, Taku arrived in the waiting room.
とわ、レイ、体は。
なんとか。
I need
私
food
も。
and liquids. Just get me an IV and some food. Maybe some like ginger ale and crackers.
どこか痛いところとか、調子
Yes.
全部っちゃ全部。
Exactly. Yes, all of them. Have everything. I sat down on a nearby bench and leaned back. I was so physically drained that the slightest motion made me feel fatigued.
たく、無茶しやがって。レイもだぞ。おとなしく寝てろって言っただろ。
ごめんね。でも昨日より動けるようになってきたわよ。
そういう問題じゃない。
At this, Ray hung his head like a scolded dog.
とわ、何か欲しいものはあるか。
I started to say smokes and booze, but then thought a better answer.
暴力。
え？
But they both looked at me in alarm. I smirked.
冗談だよ。
Oh, I have emotions. Yay.
やめてよもう。あんたがそういうこと言っても全然冗談に聞こえないんだから。
まったくだ。
Taku sighed and shook his head.
一応診察しよう。診察室へ来てくれ。
Well, so far I haven't had to like edit anything all that much. So maybe the age scene will be at the end.
そういえば
Oops, I skipped something.
今日は
Sorry.
ルーストでカウントダウンパーティーがあるんだけど、さすがに無理よね。
No, let's have a
私も
party in
と
my
は
room. Let's have a party upstairs in my room.
カウントダウン。
It's New Year's, dude. Ray quirked a brow at me.
毎年やってるでしょ。でも今年は休んでて。私は行きたいんだけど。
No,
ダメ？
stay with me. He shot a hopeful look at Taku.
ダメだ。
I didn't think so.
パーティーの時間だけ。ちょっとだけ。
No.
お願い。
ダメだ。
タク。
No, you're so cute. Even if you're all beaten up. You pleaded tearfully.
とわも行かないんだから。お前も。
行くよ。
I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. At this, they both turned and looked at me.
本当？
I guess.
あ
Truth be told, my physical condition was at rock bottom, but I was craving a drink at Roost. After being cooped up indoors for so long.
お前は。
What? Taku scowled bitterly.
ドアが行きたいって言うなら付き添いが必要よね。私動けるから一緒に行くわ。
You gave us a way out, and we took it, Taku. Ray spoke quickly, his giddy mood readily apparent to anyone with eyes. But Taku remained stony-faced. He stayed silent, for a moment, then let out a sigh of defeat.
わかったわかったよ。仕方がない。ただし俺も行く。お前たち絶対に無理はするなよ。
That would
飲
help.
みすぎるな。
That would
いいな。
actually help with the pain though, but
やったー。先生がついてきてくれるなら心強いわ。ありがとう。
Oh, you're so cute. Ray beamed brightly. He's like a ray of
それじゃ
sunshine,
診察室へ行くぞ。
and it's gonna burn us.
あ、ねえとは。後で絵を見てもいい？写真を撮ってお店のブログにも投稿したいから。
Yeah. Come up right now. He was referring to the fourth face. This company block. Yes, I know. I nodded and he grinned.
私、あんたの絵は本当に好きなのよね。楽しみだわ。
With that, he returned to the bench. Then I followed Taku into the exam room. I mean, I would be exhausted. Like, I just want to sleep. After the checkup, I was strong-armed into eating some yogurt and a savory pastry, then sent back to my room to rest. How does this guy, like, survive any of his ordeals? Paint. I dozed off for a while until Ray and Taku came to get me. Then I got dressed and we left the clinic as a group. In contrast with the foggy outlines of the darkened buildings, the air was crisp. It was New Year's Eve, so there weren't many people out roaming the streets. The ones who walked briskly in their overcoats. Really? Because there's always people out and about on New Year's where I am. Bruce, however, was a different story. Well, I guess they all go to places. When we arrived, we found the place full of regulars and employees who welcomed us in warmly.
あ、ハッピーニューイヤー。
Hi, Honami. You're looking great.
まだ開けてないけどニューイヤー。
And Junko. Oh, I never noticed that Junko's outfit like cuts off near the waist. It's not midnight yet, but Happy New Year! Yoo! I'm reading their lines because I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at everything else. Honami and Junko walked over to us, drinks in hand, already visibly plastered.
ってちょ
I
っ
like
と
these
や
too.
だレイ。平気なの？
平気じゃないけど、どうしても来たくて来ちゃった。ちゃんと主治医の先生付きよ。
As he spoke, Ray looked over at Taku next to us. Taku smiled stiffly.
お疲れさん。
先生じゃない。二人をよろしくお願いします。
純子、お母さんみたい。
As Junko bowed deeply, Ray laughed.
二人とも無理しない程度に楽しんでいってね。飲みす
Alright.
ぎちゃダメよ。
Okay, Honami. I promise.
はーい。
先生も楽しんでいってね。
Where's Arata? Taku nodded awkwardly.
あ、そういえば前にレイが LED インプラント入れた高く今日すごい光ってたわよ。
What?
両
Really?
腕に3つずつ入れてるのよね。もうピッカピカよ。
I wanna see.
本当？探してみるわ。
I wanna go too.
目立つからすぐ見つかるわよ。
Where? It's a small place. With a quick wave to Honami and Junko, Ray set off. No, come back.
すごい熱気だな。
Have you never been here before?
一年を締めくくるお祭りですもの。私たちも飲み物もらいに行きましょう。
Wait, Ray, I thought you left. Taku led the way through the crowd, holding up a hand to ensure no one would cut in front of us. As we worked our way to the counter, people kept flagging Ray down to talk to him, so it took a while to get there.
店長、お疲れ様。
Ray exclaimed as we finally arrived at the counter. The manager walked over, smiling. Hi,
レイ
Eggman.
君、トワ君、村瀬先生って二人ともひどい怪我だね。
His smile quickly shifted into a look of concern.
ちょっといろいろあって。
お酒飲まない方がいいんじゃない？
Yeah.
少しだけ弱いやつちょうだい。お医者様もいることだし。
Oh, you're so cute. Ray shot a wink at Taku, who sighed and rolled his eyes.
それじゃあ少し待っててね。
Just water it down a lot. The manager swiftly poured our drinks and offered them to us.
どうぞ。
ありがとう。
I pulled one close and gave it a sniff. Whiskey. Smirking at the manager's thoughtfulness, I leaned against the counter and gazed around at the bright, colorful decorations. Usually the music in the background was slow and subdued, but today it was upbeat. I noticed that.
そういえば今日はケーキがたくさん用意されてるのよ。
Where? Where's the cake?
お前のオーダーだろ。
Of course he did.
違うわよ。いつもこういうイベントではおつまみを用意してるけど、今回はスイーツ多めなの。とは一緒に行きましょう。
Okay, okay. Let's go. Ray set his glass down on the counter and started to saunter away. Evidently, the party mood was getting to him.
おい、気をつけろよ。
Let him have fun. Just be here for us. Ray nodded, then turned and plunged into the crowd. I followed suit. Ooh,
やだ、
yum.
美味しそう。
That looks delicious. Are those cheesecakes? What type of cakes are these? That's a strawberry cake. That looks like a... I don't know, but that looks delicious. There's some chocolate cakes. And that looks like a cheesecake back there. We walked up to the buffet table and squealed at the wide variety of cakes and treats. I'd be super excited. That's where I'd be. Personally, the mere sight was enough to give me heartburn, but he gleefully started filling his plate. One of each, please. Arata! Hi, sweetie. Just an Arata called out to him.
あらた、どう？楽しんでる？
Oh, I'm so glad to see the Aratas healed up.
でもレイ、その顔。
What about? Oh, that we're all jacked up. Why is everyone ignoring me? I'm jacked up too. Then their gaze shifted from Ray to me. Like romance. Oh, finally someone noticed me. Thank you, Arata, for noticing me. Even they still had some residual bruising.
お互い今年は、っていうか主に年末にいろいろあったけど、めげずに来年も素敵な一年にしましょうね。
I like Arata's sweater. I like the big collars that droop down. They're so comfy. As Ray smiled wearily, Arata nodded. Have fun.
さあ、新たも食べましょう。甘いの好きだっけ？
Ray offered a plate full of cake to them.
はーい、おかわり自由だし、どうぞ。
I don't
ありがとう。レイも楽しんでね。
Arata took the plate, mouthed Sia, and disappeared into the crowd. Ray wistfully watched them go, then grabbed a new plate and started loading up again. He's
ちょっ
adorable.
と平気なの？
Hi, Honami. You're like mom.
ケーキ食べ過ぎちゃダメよ。
No, let him eat cake. Just then, Honami and Junko walked over, both carrying plates piled high with cake. Like you have any... Where is... space to talk. Ray smiled and raised his plate at them.
食べ過ぎないようになんて無理よ。このケーキ、誰のチョイスなの？
Oh, he's so cute. Oh my god. Oh.
大和屋のダブルチーズケーキがあるじゃない。わかってるわ。
It was a double layer cheesecake. Okay. I was like, it looked like a cheesecake.
私よ私分かってるでしょ。もう今日のために予約しといたんだから。
Thank you, Junko. You
普段は
sweetheart.
並ばないと食べられないのに今日は好きなだけ食べられるなんて贅沢よね。
Oh, I love Honami.
ねえ。
I like Ray's friends a lot. Honami and Junko grinned at each other, faces flushed from the booze.
ケーキといえばロイヤルシーサイドホテルのスイーツビュッフェって行ったことある？
No?
あるある。一回だけだけどとっても美味しかったわ。
いいなあ、羨ましい。
やだ、私もまだ行ったことないの。でもあそこ予約しないと入れないのよね。
そうそう、ケーキがすっごく美味しいって評判だから行ってみたいわ。
As they talked, I sipped my drink, then Junko suddenly pointed at me.
行けばいいじゃない。とわと。
What? Ray donned a pointed scowl.
なんでそこでトアが出てくるのよ。
Why do you hate me, Ray?
無茶ぶりしたのよ、無茶ぶり。とは静かだから。どこか痛いんじゃないの？
Or I'm just a quiet person? Junko and Honami looked at me in concern.
全然平気。
I glanced curtly and shook my head. Satisfied, they turned back to Ray.
でもレイってほんとスイーツ大好きだしよく食べるわよね。3食ホールケーキでもいいんじゃないのってくらい。
That would be very bad.
あ、それ当たってるかも。3食ホールケーキでも全然余裕よ私。
This whole interaction is like so wholesome and I love it.
やだ化け物
I love them. Ray's friends are the best.
ひっどい。甘いものが好きなだけよ。
でも食べた分はデスマッチで発散してるのよね。そう考えるとよく食べてよく動くって肉食的ね。
You guys go too.
肉食系ってやつね。レイ意外とあっちも肉食系だったりして。
I wonder.
あっちってどっちよ。
What are you talking about, Ray? Each of them doned a suggestive smile.
やだそんなの決まってるじゃない。
Heck, I know what they're talking about.
あっちって言ったら
That's not in bed, am I?
夜の方よね。
Heck yeah. Come on.
ね
They tilted their heads at Ray, who smirked.
どうせなら食らいつくくらいじゃないとつまんないでしょ。
Oh, I love him. They're so cute. I love them.
え。やだ
Oh, they're the best.
なんてね。こんな怪我だらけの顔で言ってもね。
What? You're still a cutie. Ray shrugged playfully.
タクを待たせてるからそろそろ戻るわ。
わかったわ。気をつけてねレイ。
Oh, that was fun.
またね。
I love them. Bye.
またね。
Bye, everyone. Plate and fork in hand, Ray set off back towards the counter, and I followed suit.
お待たせ。
すごいケーキの量だな。
This is Ray we're talking about. Kaku stared wide-eyed at the mountain of cake on Ray's plate. I
い
would try to
っぱい持っちゃった。っていうかこれトアの分もあるから。
What? It is? Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Ray set down a second fork I hadn't noticed him carrying.
食べるなんて言ってないけど。
He's gonna make me eat the cake.
食べられないわけじゃないでしょ。ならいいじゃない。いただきます。
Alright. As he spoke, he excitedly plunged his fork into the cake mountain.
たくほどほどにしとけよ。俺はちょっとトイレ行ってくる。
Okay, let's sneak some alcohol
い
while
っ
he's
てらっ
gone.
しゃい。
Kaku set his glass on the counter and walked off into the crowd. As Ray devoured his cake next to me, I leaned against the counter and sipped my whiskey, staring blankly around the room. Wait, they left their alcohol unattended?
今
I guess
す
the
る
manager's right
話じ
there,
ゃないん
so.
だけど。
He says fork down, his eyes carefully avoiding mine.
桐原たちにあの倉庫みたいなところで殴られてた時とは助けてくれたのよね。
Yeah?
私を殴ってるやつらを煽って。
Yes?
あの時は本当にありがとう。
No problem, babe. I lowered my glass and swirled its contents, the half-melted ice clacking around.
お前なんであの場所にいたんだ。処置室で寝てたんじゃなかったのか。
He averted his gaze awkwardly.
桐原が私のお見舞いに来た時に連絡先を交換したんだけど後からメッセージが来たの。
Mm-hmm.
新と私を襲ったのは実は自分だって。最初は何言ってるのかわからなくて冗談だと思ったわ。あの水野ちゃんがまさかって思ってどうしてそんな冗談を言うんだろうって思って電話したらなんだか様子が変で今思えばあれがあいつの本性だったからなんだけど
Yeah.
それで全てを話すから直接会いたいって言われてあの倉庫に呼び出されたのよ。
He paused there, brows knitted tightly like he was holding back.
怪我も感知してないし一人で行くのは危ないってことは分かってた
Should have called me.
けどいても立ってもいられなくて結局何もできなくてあんたを危ない目に遭わせただけだったわ。
It's okay, sweetie.
本当にごめんなさい。
It's Took a sip of whiskey and set my glass on the counter.
別にそういうのはいい。
でも
済んだことだろ。それでも気が収まらないっていうなら酒とタバコを買ってきてくれ。
His frown faded and he looked back at me. Oh.
ちゃんとご飯も食べなさいよ。
Okay, I love that jacket.
気が向いたらな。
も
Oh, their interactions are cute. Smile returned and he went back to his cake. Aw, I do love him. He's a great character. I want to see what he's like, what his dark side is, though. I'm really interested in that. As the lively party wore on, midnight quickly approached. Otaku insisted that Ray and I both go home early to rest, so we all left the bar. After Taku went home, however, Ray made a quiet suggestion. He told me he and his buddies were planning to ring in the New Year together. So we did. We're gonna get in so much trouble. I was planning to head back to the clinic myself, but he forced me to tag along with him. Apparently, his plan invoked drinking and watching the sunrise after the rise from the roof of a closed school building. We bought some cheap booze from the local corner store, then walked to the school. Well, this actually seems fun. After we jumped the rusty fence, we tried the front doors, but they were locked. Then one of them mentioned the rear entrance was unlocked, so we ran around back. Sure enough, the lock was broken on the employee entrance, so we got in without any trouble. Yep. Then we climbed the stairs until we arrived at the rooftop door. Either its lock was also broken or someone had simply forgotten to lock it because it opened just as easily. Together we walked out onto the spacious room.
やだ、学校の屋上なんて久しぶり。懐かしいわ。っていうか寒っ。
Squinting into the chilly winter wind, Ray approached the safety fence.
レイ、平気？
Oh, you have a nice leather jacket, Arata. You are just super my style.
ええ。
辛くなったら言ってね。
うん。ありがとう。
懐かしい気分に浸りながら新年を迎えるって、なんだか不思議な気分。斬新な感じがするわ。新しいわ。
Like your jacket too.
新しい年を迎えるのよ。新しい気分の方がいいに決まってるわ。でもその前に酔いが冷めそう。
Okay, calm down. Calm down, Juko.
寒いね。
Calm down. Oh, Juko's great. I love these people.
寒いわ。だから飲むわよ。
Arata rubbed their arms to stay warm while Nami and Junko popped the tabs on their drinks. I stood a short distance away from the others, gazing beyond the fence at the city below. Shinkyomi was a place where lust, envy, and hatred piled up, festered, and decayed. The downtown casino area was covered in garish neon, and the residential district was peppered with high-rise condo buildings blanketed in the sooty shadows of night. I would never call this twisted view beautiful, but that was probably why a guy like me felt right at home here. Some fish just can't survive in clean water. Some of us belong in the mud and grit.
昔を思い出すわね。
What's up, Ray? The next thing I knew, Ray was standing beside me. With one hand on the fence, he gazed down at the town, smiling faintly. Ray just popped out of nowhere.
高校は別だったけど、中学校は一緒だったのよね。ってトアは全然覚えてないんだっけ？
I don't really remember that well. So yeah. Yeah. Or Toa.
まあ、ほんと失礼しちゃうわよね。
Okay.
私は覚えてるのに。
Were we friends? He looked at me and made a show of pouting his lips.
じゃあ、数学の板線は？伊丹先生。髪ボサボサでメガネかけたおっさんよ。もともと気味悪がられてたんだけど、生徒の女の子を盗撮したことがバレて退職になったヤバい先生。
Creepy. That's gross.
テレビのニュースにもなったし、学校中ですごい大騒ぎになったのよ。
全然。
本当に？ いくらなんでも忘れすぎじゃない？
How do you
記
not know
憶喪
yes?
失ってレベルよ、それ。
I don't remember childhood.
そうかもな。
I shrugged and he frowned slightly.
まあ、わからなくもないけどね。学生時代なんて、
Sorry.
私もそんなにいい思い出ないし。
I have a habit of clicking when I don't mean to. He fell silent and the conversation came to an end. Kiss, 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 kiss. Or is that a Western thing? Just then a low-pitched bell began to resound in the distance.
あ、除夜の鐘が始まったわ。全部聞いて煩悩を打ち消してもらわなきゃ。108回よね。
108じゃ足りないだろ。
At this, he started to shake the fence in pretend fury.
足りないわ。全然。とはもそうでしょ。
Yeah, I probably need over 8,000.
そもそも金ごときじゃどうにも。
Exactly.
鐘の音じゃ消えないくらい深くて危ない煩悩ってことね。
He smiled up at the night sky like he was searching for the source of the sound. As each deep brassy chime resonated and faded, I scanned the nightscape. Just then, I caught sight of Ray's hand out of the corner of my eye. Take it. Take it.
だ
Take
いぶ
it.
治った。
Hold his hand.
え？
He shot me a puzzled look.
爪。ひどいことになってた。
Hold his hand. Dang it. Whenever Ray got stressed, he had a bad habit of biting his nails. After Kirihara's group attacked him, he chewed them so short he barely had anything left. They still had yet to grow out fully, but they were looking a lot better. Snapping to his senses, he pulled his hand away from the fence and balled it into a fist like he was trying to conceal his fingertips.
とあって大雑把なのに
Yep.
変なところはしっかり見てるわよね。
He smiled weirdly at and I could sense his embarrassment and regret.
あの時は自分でも思ってた以上にショックだったのよ。
Yeah, I mean, for a guy who goes to the death matches a lot and is like one of the top contenders, and you get jumped and get your ass beat, yeah, that'd be kind of difficult.
でもさっきのトアの言葉を借りるならもう済んだことよ。それに新年はすぐそこまで来てるわ。昔の嫌なことは忘れて新しい一年を楽しく
Oh, see,
生きるのよ。
me clicking things. I get a little. Need to stop touching the mouse. As he grinned smugly, 3 of his friends came running over. No, I love you, but I want time alone.
そうよそうよ。
Oh, look at
楽しく
that
行きましょう。
Look at that coat. Beautiful.
明るい未来万歳よ。煩悩なんて消えなさい。
Junko Comet. Apparently, they'd overheard us talking. Oh, come on. The previous spot was now littered with empty cans, and I could smell alcohol in the wind. While Junko and Honami goofed off and Arata laughed, Ray stood at the fence and stared down at the city. His expression was perfectly blank. I shot a glance at him, then took one final look at the state of Shinkomi as the new year arrived. Aww, I wanted a hand holding. Something! Give me something! Oh, that was sweet. Alright, I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Happy New Year! Woo! Anyway. Oh, okay, so this is gonna be Ray's chapter, so hopefully this is gonna be more of like the actual romancing of him part. I'm super, super excited. I love this game. Has been really good. And they haven't disappointed me yet, but I love this game. I hope you're enjoying it too. I really need to cut back on how much I talk at the end. So I'm enjoying it. I love Ray's friends. They are amazing. That scene with Kirihara was intense. I just got slightly flustered even reading it out loud. I'm like, oh god. No one overhear me, please. This game's great. I love this game. I will have links to where you can buy in English. There is a physical copy you can buy. I think it's like a collector's edition. I can link that one as well. as the English one, and I don't. You can get the Japanese version as well, but I'll link the English and the physical copy. The physical copy is only shipped to the US. It's only available in the US, so sorry everyone. I don't know if they do Canada shipping, but from what I read, it's only shipped to the US. Anyway, hope you guys had fun. See you next time. Bye-bye, my lovelies.